Welcome to Halo of Time, where we explore the moments that shaped history. Today, we dive into one of the most devastating pandemics ever recorded, the Black Death.
Between 1347 and 1351, this catastrophic plague reshaped Europe, Asia, and North Africa, killing millions and transforming societies forever. But what exactly happened? How did this pandemic spread, and what legacy did it leave behind?
The Black Death, also known to contemporaries as the Great Pestilence, was a pandemic of bubonic and pneumonic plague. Its name refers to the dark swellings, or buboes, that appeared on victims' bodies.
This plague outbreak wasn't just a medical crisis. It was a turning point in history, disrupting social orders, economies, and cultures across continents. But to understand it fully, we need to start with the biological cause. Modern science points to Yersinia pestis, a bacterium transmitted mainly by fleas that lived on black rats. This tiny pathogen spread through bites, causing different forms of the plague.
There were three main forms: bubonic, which caused swollen lymph nodes; pneumonic, which infected the lungs and spread through the air; and septicemic, a bloodstream infection. The pneumonic and septicemic forms were especially deadly, often killing victims within days. Where did it all begin? Historians trace the origin of this deadly bacterium to Central Asia and China. The Silk Road and other trade routes acted like arteries, carrying the disease westward.
In 1347, Genoese trading ships brought the plague to Sicily, marking the start of the European outbreak. Some accounts describe how during the siege of Kaffa in Crimea, infected corpses were catapulted into the city, accelerating the spread.
From Sicily, the plague spread rapidly throughout Italy, France, England, and beyond. By 1351, nearly all of Europe had been affected, with trade networks and crowded cities fueling the contagion.
Interestingly, climate events may have played a role too. Volcanic eruptions and shifting weather patterns caused crop failures and famine in the 1340s, which increased trade from plague-endemic regions, unintentionally helping the disease's journey.
Imagine living through this. Victims suffered from fever, chills, headaches, and painful buboes. Many experienced vomiting, delirium, and swift death.
Medieval people lacked knowledge of germs or effective treatments. They tried bloodletting, herbs, or prayers, all sadly ineffective. Fear and confusion were widespread, and communities struggled to cope with the sheer scale of suffering. The numbers are staggering. Scholars estimate that between 30 to 50% of Europe's population died in just a few years. Some regions lost more than half their inhabitants.
Villages were abandoned, cities emptied, and entire families wiped out. This demographic shock changed the very fabric of medieval life. The Black Death fractured social norms. Fear bred scapegoating. Tragically, many Jewish communities were falsely blamed and persecuted.
Religious fervor surged, with flagellant movements and widespread penitence. The trauma also influenced art and literature, with themes of death and mortality becoming central in works like the Decameron and the Danse Macabre. With so many dead, labor became scarce. Survivors found new opportunities, wages rose, feudal obligations weakened, and the economy shifted.
Landowners had to adapt, and some agricultural lands were left uncultivated, prompting changes in farming practices. These economic shifts contributed to the decline of the medieval feudal system. Though the first wave ended by 1351, the plague recurred sporadically for centuries, shaping Europe's demographic and social landscape.
Its legacy includes altered power dynamics, social mobility, cultural shifts, and the eventual transition from medieval to early modern Europe. Our understanding today blends historical records with modern genetics and environmental studies. While Yersinia pestis is the confirmed culprit, the full story includes climate, trade, and human behavior as critical factors.
This complex web reminds us how intertwined human history is with nature and society. The Black Death was not just a plague, it was a turning point that reshaped the course of history.
By studying this past catastrophe, we gain perspective on the resilience and fragility of human societies.
Thanks for joining us on Halo of Time. If you found this journey insightful, please like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into history.
And don't forget to tell us your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, stay curious.